how do you think of making cats? So a lot of these questions are about how did you bring these cats to life? How did you design them? How did you give them personality? I'd love to hear from both of the devs on this one.
若林さん、新キャラの制作過程について質問が多く届いてますが、いかがでしょうか。
はい、ガラケー時代はですね、基本キャラクターしかいなかったので、新しくキャラを生み出すにも、キモカワだけではなくて、さらに魅力を出すにはどうしたらいいのかっていうのを考えて、独自のコンセプトが生まれました。それがキモカにポジティブな単語を、プラスした発想になるんですけども、キモカにプラス可愛いっていう要素を付け加えて、猫忍者が生まれたりとか、キモカワに、かっこいいっていう要素を付け加えて猫侍が生まれたっていうように、キモカワをベースにいろんなポジティブな魅力を伝える、要素を加えることで、新しいキャラを生み出しています。
Yeah. So, unlike the flip phone version, which we featured pink, now we take it a lot more into consideration when we're designing a new cat to add onto this repertoire of hundreds that we've already added into the game, right? They establish, if they fit well with the established look, aesthetics and humor shared by the weirdly cute cats that we've already created, right? And we also consider how we can give these cats traits that will bring out their personality, right? For example, there's this base level, this base design that we have, and in Japanese we call it kimokawa, right? Weirdly cute, weird cuteness and beautiful bizarreness, what have you, right? So Ninja Cat can be described as, a weirdly cute and adorable cat. A Samurai Cat can be described as a weirdly cute and cool cat, right? So it's always kimokawa and then something on top of that, right? Yeah. So, and most importantly, we're designing these cats for everyone out there to enjoy, but we're also out to entertain ourselves, right? So we also consider whether the development team themselves find the new cat interesting or funny enough to be counted among the rest of what we've already given you guys, right? Just like in the story with gross cats that Atsushi shared previously, right? Every cat should bring a smile to someone's face somewhere, whether or not they're a fan like you, or it's just, something that cracks up the team here at Ponos.
Awesome, okay. And we did get a lot of questions about how stages are brought to life. So let's start with JC. JC said, hey JC, where are you? Hi JC, everyone say hi JC. Hi. I'd love to hear details about the stage building process and what steps you guys go through in creating a stage. And then Not Raven said, what does the creative process look like when making new stages? And James Games said, what is your thought process when designing new abilities like Explosion Conjure? So a lot of similar questions there. It definitely seems like there's some interest in the creation process. Maybe this time Yuta can elaborate.
ステージや能力について質問が多く来ておりますが、コジャさんいかがでしょうか。
はい。爆破とか、召喚のような新しい能力を作るときには2つのことを重要にしています。1つは、バトルに新しい体験を作れるかどうか、でもう1つが、キャラクターに新しい魅力を作れるかどうかっていうのを、重要視しています。あとバトルが複雑になりすぎないようにも注意しています。また、ステージ制作の方は最初に難易度を決めて、その難易度に使うキャラクターとか敵を決めるルールになっています。キャスリーのような限定キャラやコラボキャラクターはステージ制作の時は使用しないルールなので、そういったキャラがなくてもクリアできるので安心してチャレンジしてください。
Yeah, when it comes to creating new abilities, like explosions or conjuring, like Kocha-san focuses on 2 key points, right? Can this new ability bring a fresh experience to the battle? Does it make it something novel and interesting for the player to encounter, right? Can it add a new layer or a bit of individuality to a character, right? Does it bring out a specific character who might not have been able to be spotlighted? The usefulness of their abilities, right? Yeah, and so basically the developers first decide what the difficulty of that stage should be, and then think of enemies and characters, right? Where do we expect the player, how many, what kind of cats have they collected, right? And how is that going to affect how difficult the experience of the stage is, right? They try to clear it without the staff tries to clear it without using any like collab characters or overpowered units like Castley or something like that. So just to make sure that the balance is right, can you clear this stage with about the cats that, regardless of luck, you would be expected to have at that point? So.
Okay, we asked to start rehearsal, and if we don't answer, you don't have to answer, but we said not really like favorite cat, but what cat like has your essence? Do you want to go down the line?
For me, I used to have Gamatoto as the figure on my business card, right? Not a fighter, but like a world explorer, always getting into trouble, find themselves in, unexpected situations, pleasant and unpleasant, right? So, yeah, Gamatoto is my battle cat, I would say. じゃあ、ゆうたさん、一番、ホジャラシク。日本語はどちらでしょうか？
僕が一番、自分らしいなと思うのは猫切りです。もうまっすぐ走ってて、ヘッドバンキングで物事を解決するのが僕に合ってるかなと思ってます。
So for Koja, the cat that best represents him, that he finds most entertaining, is giraffe cats, right? Headbanging, always willing to take on a new challenge.
Yuta's a headbanger, huh?
No, I mean,
okay.
Can't tell.
Atsushi?
Atsushi はどうでしょうか？と、はい、若林らしい日本語はどちらですか？
猫ルガ
猫ルガ
まあ進化するとすごい大きくなるのがすごいかっこいいなと思っているので僕もあんなに大きくなりたいなと思ってます。
So Atsushi says that Nekoluga is his favorite, right? Starts out small and weird, and then just with a little bit of experience gathered, they become an incredibly powerful and useful tool in your cat army.
Love it. Any Valkyrie cat fans out there? Yes! Okay, you're my people. That's
Nice.
my thing. All right, I think that's a wrap on this segment right now. Is there anything that you want to say to this crowd? You'll be back later, but anything you want to say for now?
トークコーナーは以上となりますが、最後に何か一言お願いできますか？
はい、たくさんのアンケート、ご協力いただきましてありがとうございます。ちょっと今日すべて読ませていただくことはできないんですけども、またゆっくりと読ませていただきたいと思いますので、はい、ありがとうございました。
So thank you everyone. We received truly an overwhelming number of wonderful responses to the surveys that we sent out. We couldn't show all of the messages here today, but we would love to respond to all of our curious fans, if only we had the time, right? Maybe catch them after the show. Right? So thank you again.
All right, you don't want to say anything?
何かと言いたいことはありますでしょうか？
はい、僕もアンケートをすべて見させてもらったんですけども、アメリカのユーザーも日本のユーザーも似てるところもあるし違うところもあったりしてとても面白いなと思いました。
Yeah, so as a developer who's come all the way from Japan, right? It was great to see the level of passion from all of our overseas users. But what was most interesting to Yuta here was that all of the joys and pains of BattleCats users across the world, whether in Japan or overseas, all seem to be the same, right? So it's a common experience, and that's really beautiful.
Oh, I love that. Okay, everybody, can we hear it for our devs? They're going to